Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Friday night, I'm just chilling. Long week. I'll be coaching and mentoring tomorrow for most of the day, not the whole day. I have some time off if I get a chance, if it's not raining. It's been raining like crazy here. I'm gonna go for a ride, a little throttle therapy. Time to flush the toilet, you know what I mean? You non-bikers don't. I hope you guys are staying on top of your diet. I was feeling a little bit down yesterday. I don't get depressed. I stay on my program. Mind, body, and soul. This is how I get through. I don't get really depressed, but I notice myself kind of getting the blues, and I attack that shit right away. I don't just let that fester. When I notice that come up, that's red flag, and I go right at it. I'm right up on it like a bully. What are you doing around here? What do you want? And I couldn't figure it out. I do a little inventory. You know, everything's going well. I may not be a king. I may not be there yet. But I'm trotting along through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm grinding forward every day, little by little. I couldn't really put anything on it. And then it dawned on me. I had had a couple cheat meals. I had been slipping on my diet. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. You health food nuts that are hardcore, you don't understand because you're eating kale and leeks, and I can't get down like that. I had some fried chicken, and what else did I have that day? Like a Subway sub sandwich. I don't know. For me, it was junk food. It was definitely off my diet. Had to be done. Every once in a while, you gotta have a bunch of fried chicken. I can't justify the Subway sandwich. That shit's terrible. I don't know why I fucking eat Subway every once in a while. I'll go in there and get a big old sub and go just about anywhere else is better. But I realized that's what it was. The reason why I was feeling low, sluggish, down, kind of weak, not just physically, of course that, but also mentally. Letting things get to me, feeling a little emotional. My fucking diet, this is cheat meals. This shit brings you down. And I have noticed that my mental state after I've eaten a super healthy meal is positive. I feel good. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel like I want to go to sleep. I'm fed. I'm full. That's a good feeling. And for some of you guys that are in survival mode, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good feeling being fed. That's another day of survival. But it's nutritious. And I've been trying to think more about that as a gift to myself as I eat, is the nutrition. It's more of an investment. The pleasure seeking of high salt, high cholesterol, high fat, junk food, or even if it's not junk food, just stuff that's not on your diet. That's not really a big payoff, is it? It tastes good. But once you've eaten it and it's past your mouth, you no longer care. Once it's in your throat and down in your belly, it's not really part of the experience anymore. It's really just the mouth experience, right? It's good mouthfeel. That's like a cooking term, mouthfeel. That's a weird term. Sounds like porn. It's not. It's like foodie. The people that are into food, they talk about that shit when they review food. That's like part of it. How does it feel in your mouth? But I've been trying to get myself to stay on my diet. That's important. It's so easy to slip. I've been fighting with that this week. I don't know how you guys have been doing on your diet, but I've been fighting with that every meal. And I think about, well, I'd rather get this, and I'm lazy and I don't want to cook. I don't even know if I have the ingredients. I got to go to the fucking grocery store. Grocery store's so expensive. I hate going there. I got a story about the grocery store. You guys think I'm crazy. Me and my brother, we heard subliminal messages in the radio. You know, they have a little radio at the store. They play that little music, and every once in a while someone gets on top of it and it's like aisle 3, clean up, whatever. We heard some subliminal messages. It said, be miserable. It was a chick's voice. I looked at my brother, he looked at me. We got the fuck out of there. We went back to the car. We sat there. I was like, did you hear that? And he said, yeah. And I didn't want to infect him with my opinion. I just asked him, I was like, well, what did you think it said? I'm not going to tell you what I think it said. You tell me what you think it said. And he was like, it sounded like a chick saying be miserable. And I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. They're fucking with us. You ever see that movie, They Live? A documentary, They Live? Now you got to stay on your nutrition though. So there's that this week. Workouts, let's talk about workouts. I've been on top of my game with workouts like a motherfucker. I'm sore all the time. I'm doing 2 workouts a week, 2 workouts a week, 2 workouts a day, every day, 6 days a week. I do take a day off, and I force myself to take that day off. On my day off this week, I swam a whole bunch of laps in my pool. That's the day off. Swam a fuckload of laps. So it's an active day off. But you want to rest. Sometimes I feel like I go too hard. I've been thinking about even cutting back to 5 days a week and wondering if that would give me a little bit more growth. Sometimes you overtrain. And I've had a tendency of doing that. I was overweight for a while. I'm thin now. I like being thin. But I was overweight. I don't have no pictures and no videos. I wasn't taking no fucking pictures. People are like, I want to see the fat version of you. You're not going to get to see the fat version of me. I killed that motherfucker. But I've been killing it in the gym. I do 1 workout in the morning as soon as I wake up. First thing I do, as soon as I wake up. Still in my underwear, prison style. And I bust that workout out. And I like that workout. I enjoy that workout. I feel like I have to do that workout no matter what. It's like a mentality thing. It's part of my waking up. Then I do my strength training in the gym, working out with weights. I've been trying to do, for the last couple weeks, a new program. When you're trying to do a new program, you might want to give it some time. You do it just once and you're like, I don't think that works. So the new program, which I have been trying, is very light weights, which is frustrating, and it doesn't make me look very cool. And there's a lot of super hot, mega hot chicks that work out at my gym, and a lot of real big jacked steroid dudes that are professional bodybuilders, because this is Florida, we have that shit around here. And here I am over there on a machine with these little ass weights. But I'm doing a real slow rep on the movement up, and then a real slow movement down. So I'm trying to do a minimum of 4 seconds up, 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. That's on the pushing up. You know, it's tempting just to push that weight up. And there is a type of workout where you go real heavy and you try to push it as hard as you can. You really get that explosive movement. This is the opposite. I've done those workouts. I'm not doing that this time. This is different. Doing this for hypertrophy. This is all about that mind to muscle connection, really trying to focus on perfect form and the mind to muscle connection. And you have to use slightly lighter weights because you're putting so much tension, and the whole time you're doing kind of like an isometric tension also as you're pushing the weight. And then as you let it down, you go 1 1,000, 2 1,000, you let it down real slow, and you keep that tension on, and you don't go all the way down to a rest point, and you don't go all the way up to a rest point. You just push that whole set real slow like that, and you burn. I'm sitting over there on a machine with not much weight, just burning, like, I must look, really funny, but it's working. Oh my God. I feel like I am really getting there. I don't know if I have a 6-pack yet, But I got a couple ab muscles now. I never had ab muscles before. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, fuck yeah, check that out. So I'm killing it with the workouts. Hope you guys are staying on your workouts. It's really important. Good for your mentality. Give yourself some struggle. I learned so much in the gym. Finally, let's just talk about our spiritual practice. I'm meditating. I do that often. I do that almost every day. I try to do it every day. And I should do a whole thing on meditation. There's a lot of different ways to meditate, and there's a lot of different opinions about meditation. I'm kind of in the camp where you can make it up, dude. You can meditate however the hell you want. There's an aspect of, it's not Buddhism, it's really the Krishnamurti kind of anti-guru existentialism. Because Krishnamurti was supposed to be the next Buddha, and he was just all middle fingers. I don't want to be your Buddha, and just kind of went his own way. He was the MGTOW of the spiritual world, just went his own way. And he has talks about meditation just being BS, waste of time, whatever. Some people think that. I find value in it. To go through a process of not thinking, of escaping for a minute. I don't look at it as pleasure seeking, because you can think pleasure seeking, vice, as an escape. I don't turn meditation into a vice, but I look at it as similarly to a motorcycle ride. It's just flushing the toilet. It's just a little bit of escape from that chatter in the fucking brain. We have all these thoughts. Most of them, 99% of the thoughts in your head is fucking useless. Useless. You think about all kinds of nonsense all the time. From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, and even your sleep is full of thoughts. It can be exhausting. It can be torturous. So meditation is a good release from that. If you want a real good double whammy, you go meditate out in nature. Oh yeah. That's hardcore shit right there. You can have yourself a little isolated room and just be in your apartment, and I have a workout room, and in my workout room I have a little spot, which is actually kind of cool. Maybe I should post a picture of it. But it's best just to get out there sometimes into nature. Interact with the breeze, the trees, the birds. That's God right there. You guys say God doesn't exist. And you're like, where's God? Shit's all around you. Hope you guys are staying on your program. Mind, body, and soul.